But shout out us. Finished another book.
Finish another new achievement.
New achievement.
Did you
Your
read that
reward,
part?
you finished a book.
Yeah.
No, what was it?
That exact thing happened right
Yeah,
after the
that's how it
epilogue.
ends. Yeah. There's
Looks
a
like Victor didn't finish the book.
guy didn't
Wow.
finish the
Victor's about
book.
to
I'm
finish
like,
the
all
book.
right, everybody wait while Victor finishes the book. We'll
This is
They
wait.
didn't.
crazy.
It'll be good
This is
podcasting.
this is a
At the
live
end of the
finishing.
epilogue, it says that.
Yeah, it's his new achievement. You finished the book. Your reward is you get to wait until January 2021 for the next book to come out.
Mine doesn't say that.
Oh wow, you got robbed, bro.
Mine
Yeah, that
just
could be.
ends,
That
and
was
then it goes
it's crazy. That was
part.
probably my favorite part of the book. Don't you
Yeah.
think,
Mine
Travis?
doesn't.
That was just the best.
That's why you don't buy the cheap knockoff version online and you
I'm
pony
so
up for the
bummed.
$5,000 book.
Yeah, you should have bought the $5,000 book, Vic.
Yeah, I should have. Mine goes straight to acknowledgments.
Wow.
What a ripoff!
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
got,
get the reward.
you got ripped off, dude.
Wow, that
You
It's
stinks.
not
complete
shocking
the
that you didn't get the
quest.
reward though.
That stinks. Excuse me. I get rewards all the time.
You just don't share them.
Yeah, I just don't share them. They're my rewards. Are you guys good about like rewards programs, like Chick-fil-A app?
I don't download any of those apps.
Neither do I. I wish I did though.
Every time I go through a drive-through and it's like, "Do you want to use your Dunkin' app?" and I'm like, "I don't even have it." And I go to Dunkin' like enough that I probably should.
You probably should. You probably get so much free stuff.
But I just
They all
don't.
just feel like a scam.
I also feel
so legit.
like cheap doing that. Being like, I have $5 off on the app. I also feel like I gotta announce it, which is probably an old person move. I feel like cool young kids just go in and scan their $5 off coupon. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I have $5 off. I have free guacamole Chipotle, so it's okay that it's extra.
I hear what you're saying.
Where do I scan it? And the guy's like, the big scan thing. And I go, all right, well, I scanned it. Did it work? And he's like, yeah, man. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to take this food now. Is that okay? And the 16-year-old behind the counter is like, Jesus Christ, dude.
He's an old man. It worked.
Yeah, yeah. He says, yes, sir. And I go, ugh.
That's funny.
Oh, he called me sir.
Now that you say it, the only one I have is for the movies, and it's so worth it. I get free stuff all of the time.
That's a good one. You get free popcorn?
Free popcorn, drinks, candy, sometimes movies.
I wish I got free popcorn. Free movies?
And it's nothing. I just go to the movies regularly, and then it's like you have 100 million points. You can log them in for this prize.
That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice.
These reward things also just remind me of all those little pieces that you got to put on your keychain with the little barcode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Kind of like the gym pass, but like you had one for everything. Like I had one for Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. That's a throwback.
That's a throwback. Yeah. I don't use any of the little reward things at places, but I can acknowledge that probably the last year I'm the worst consumer ever because I just email people for things and hope for the best, if that makes sense. So
You
like
just got to do it.
a deal ended and at Best Buy, and I was like, I'm just gonna ask Best Buy to just hook it up with the deal that ended last year, and I'll do it. Shameless, and I'm like, hey, you guys were running this deal, and was wondering if I could get in on that action, and I've probably done that like 10 times now, and it was worked like half the time.
I think that's just resourcefulness.
You always
I
know if
appreciate
you
it.
don't ask.
That's
I
high
appreciate it.
charisma.
Yeah, you got
My
high
most-
charisma.
My most, my most recent one is a $2,000 golf club that I just can't afford. So I just reached out and I was like, hey, I can't afford this. Sup? Help me out a little bit. No response. But I was like, maybe I never
We'll
know.
give you 1% off.
You
I
never
could
know.
see them being like, we have this one that's not necessarily up to our floor standards because it fell on the ground during production if you want it.
I would love that. So I just emailed. I was like, imagine I think I put that in the emails. Like, imagine just how
What kind of
crazy
club
would
was
that
it?
be?
Had to be a driver.
The putter.
Hell yeah.
Oh, did you get one of those weird looking ones?
Nah,
that what
it's like a collab with like Justin Thomas's brand, and like it looks really cool.
So a Scotty, you were looking for a Scotty putter.
Like in my email, I was like, just imagine how cool that would be. Imagine the PR. I would talk about you guys on my podcast.
There you go.
Yeah,
Give us free
Wow.
stuff.
So we would have 1 trillion new viewers.
exactly. But speaking of a trillion viewers,
Nice.
let's talk book.
Nice.
Are you gonna intro us, or should we make Joe do it again?
I should make Joe do it.
No,
I feel like he didn't really.
You guys should do it this time.
All right, rock paper scissors.
Scissors. Nice.
Best of one.
Good podcasting.
You went late, so you cheated. So you go.
He won,
Seems
so he
messed
goes
up.
anyway.
I'm also a higher level than
Oh
you.
yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, you wish. In what world?
This one.
Joe, Travis, and Victor, they sit down to chat with a coffee in hand and a book in the flat. They stumble through pages, misread every line, but laughter erupts, oh, they're doing just fine. It's all in the fun, no need to impress. 3 best friends making a literary mess.
Spoilers.
Heavy spoilers.
We're gonna be
Heavy,
so
yeah.
heavy on the spoils.
Yeah, it's the heaviest.
That's
spoiler
mostly what
episode.
the whole thing's gonna be about.
Yes.
My first spoil is we were all wrong. They didn't even get past level 2.
I
Or
said that
floor
they
two,
wouldn't make
floor
it
two.
far at all. You
I
guys
feel
are
like you
definitely
change your
going at least
prediction
four.
every time,
Four.
Vic.
No,
thought you said-
no.
I said
You guys were
floor
like at
3,
least floor 4, and I
You
was like,
said
they're not
3.
going very far.
I said
Maybe,
I was
yeah.
they were getting to the race in class selection. They didn't get there.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
3.
stayed on
The
2.
race and class selection is 3. That's the next one down.
They're about to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
3.
heading down there because Odette or Audit or whatever was like,
Yeah,
let her go first, because they were talking to Audette before they go down.
Yeah.
yeah. Ultimate spoilers. Jump to the last sentence. I didn't understand that. Where she was like, "There's a certain class to keep your eye that'll make somebody upset if you select it." I didn't understand that part.
I don't think we were supposed to. Because I didn't
Ah.
either.
Okay.
I do
'Cause they're
think
saying-
it's supposed to be like making the family
Talakin.
of orcs or whatever.
Kuatin. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're going to be the main antagonist in the next one. If they even make it that far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. It seems like all this stuff happens on like the later floors. Like the 9th level seems to be pretty important.
Yeah.
Do you think the next book just picks right up here?
Yeah, no
It's
doubt.
gotta.
No doubt. I'm assuming it'll pick up with them like with Mordecai.
Yeah, in their
So
new skins.
doing their class selection. Yeah. But all the way back to the beginning of this reading, Carl's alive. Didn't see that coming. Sacrificed his life for
Who could've-
Donut.
Yeah.
The 11-book series called Dungeon Crawler
God.
Carl.
He's good. Thank God. He was close to dying, but he's good.
Yeah, I think the first sentence of the chapter we started on was, "And I wasn't dead yet." And what a
Yeah.
relief. Really.
Yeah, I think it was like, I didn't die.
Yeah. His impenetrable feet, unbreakable feet saved him.
Because of
Yeah.
his pedicure. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, it
Because
would
of
have
the
just
pedicure.
cut my legs off. I was like, damn. That must have been quite the explosion. I haven't been involved in many explosions like that, so I guess I just wasn't prepared.
Yeah. Mine are on a smaller scale usually.
Exactly.
The closest I get to an explosion in my life is when I have a stomach ache. Boom.
Boo.
Diarrhea. Dang it.
Boo, diarrhea.
We don't like potty humor.
Yeah, cut that.
You guys haven't had
You
your
should bleep
caffeine
it.
yet. You guys love potty humor.
You should bleep that.
I will.
It's actually the lowest form of humor.
Yeah.
Um,
Your humor level is a 1.
that sucks. That's embarrassing. But we meet Zev, the Quawatin fish that loves reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Their
What a weird character.
their PR agent.
Yeah.
She's gonna be. I like the team that they're building. They're gonna have Audette. They're gonna have Mordecai. They're gonna have Zev. They're gonna have
I
Carl
feel
and
like Zed is
Donuts.
useless. I feel like
No,
she's gonna,
she's gonna have all the knowledge because she's the only Kiawetin. How do you say it?
but she's not in like
Tuatine.
the thing. She doesn't have the
Tuatine.
badge or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they
That's why
make
I'm
people
thinking
wear
she doesn't
badges.
know anything. She knows what
Very.
she's allowed to know. You know.
Yeah, but she's not part. I mean, I guess they're all part of the game.
She probably knows more about everything outside the game though. Or like, I
Yeah.
don't know, Carl doesn't know anything. He's just been walking around this dungeon with this cat for 2 days.
Yeah,
So,
but she's trying to help them, so she wants them to succeed.
Yeah. Right after their first meeting, she got a quick sussy.
You got what?
A suspension.
Oh, Sussy. How was I supposed to know what that meant?
I don't know. I thought you were up on
Oh,
Up on
I
the
thought
lingo
you
and
read
stuff.
the book, dude.
I did.
Joe knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, I certainly didn't wait for you to ask.
Yeah, that's fair. Next time I'm just not gonna ask. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, Sussy.
You just gotta pretend like, smile and wave,
she-
boys.
But she gets the quick Sussy right for helping them because old man Jack took a pee-pee,
Wait,
and then she's like,
she doesn't get it because Jack takes a pee, right? Why? Is
Yeah,
that
she
why?
does.
She warned them technically.
warned them.
She said.
Oh, that's right. She sends them the message right before the Rage Elemental shows up.
well, she's already talking to them
Yeah.
about like a show they have to go on or something, and then all of a sudden she's like, wait, Carl, run, and then it just cuts off because
Mm.
Jack's taking a pee-pee.
Yeah, bad move by Bengals cap, Jack. Just peeing
Yeah.
on the wall.
Not smart.
He got Katniss Everdeen right in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, though. But it was
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah, I mean, that lady just killed him for. Just kind of sped up his process of getting murdered by the Rage Elemental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That thing is scary. What
I
was it, like
can't
a
picture
level
it at
93?
all.
Did you guys get to see what it looked like?
No,
I
I
saw
can't
it on
picture.
the
I
little
know it
chapter
has
art.
6 legs and a badger head. Oh, that's pretty spooky.
That's it. It's in the book on chapter 40. Good podcasting. But yeah,
It looks
that's
like
what it
something
looks
from
like.
Stranger Things.
And it's built out of like purple gas, right? That thing's spooky.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And that's a later dungeon monster.
Level 93.
Yeah. So like I'm pretty pumped to see what the other ones look like. But Carl's a smart boy. Carl's a smart and resourceful young man. So happens the Rage Elemental shows up, Jack takes a pee-pee, and then they sprint to the safe place. Did you guys think the safe room would keep it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta trust in the game. Also, what else? They're all dead if it
No
didn't
other
work.
options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
You could jump to level 3 and hope for the best.
Well, Carl kind of saved their butts on the way to that, didn't he, with his new power or whatever, that shield thing?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't think that shield thing would hold up at all against that.
He used that and he saved Mrs. McRib, whatever her name is.
Doubtfire.
Mrs. McGibbons, I think.
Yeah, that's
Something
right.
like
Gibbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saved her life. Carl's a good guy, and I would be a viewer. I'd favorite some of his crap.
Ms. McGibbons had a weird scene.
Yeah.
When she was
What did
like,
she offer to sleep with him?
yeah, she was like, this feels like the tunnel of love, and he's like, yup. She's like,
Oh
I loved my husband, but like, man, if we were in the tunnel of love, Carl's like, all right, it's getting weird.
It's getting weird.
What'd she say? She was like, I'd let you go under my shirt. I
Yeah,
only let my husband
Yeah.
go over.
And then Donuts was like, "Dang, you've gotten a goblin to hit on you, and now Miss McGibbons.
Mhm.
Good for you, Carl."
And the
You're
maestro,
on it.
too.
And what?
The maestro.
Yeah, which is so weird. That
When do they go to the maestro? Because they throw the
right
fire
after.
jugs at the rage elemental, and then they're just like, all right, now we're gonna put you on the maestro. Is that right?
well, yeah. So the huge plan, they get away from the rage elemental, tons of explosions, what have you. Then the other Cuitin, how do you say it?
Sure. Kuatine, I think.
Cuitin um, messages them and is like, "Hey, you're doing this show," and they're like, "Who are you?" etc. etc. Then they show up on like the little dinghy ship.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A rental.
Yeah, and Donuts is like, "I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up on TV. Like I can't do this." But then they see the show. The
That
show is
part's funny
so
too. Before they get to the show, is because Carl's like, "Well, you throw up all the time at home on my pillow," and she goes, "Yeah, but this time it's not gonna. I'm not gonna throw up on purpose."
What does he say? He said, "I knew it."
I knew it.
Yep. But dude, Glurp Glurp, awful show.
Glurp, glurp. Yeah,
Awful show. But I loved Carl here.
Yeah.
Carl was great. The guy who's supposed to be like the teenage Twitch streamer is insufferable, even though
Mhm.
he's a giant
Maestro.
orc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know who the two surprise guests were right away?
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
who else could
But
it
I
be?
didn't know what was about to happen with them. That Carl kind of killed the daughter. Not
Well,
really.
health potions are a thing. That mom choked her daughter out.
But then
I
the
also feel
mom
like
was
there's
like, "You
still
don't know what
more.
we've been through down here. Like
Yeah.
there's more to it."
Yeah,
Yeah,
because what was up with Frank? That dude was a broken man.
Yeah. Just looking at the ground. Oh my god.
So something else had to have happened that they weren't showing us.
her
I agree.
being like, "You have no idea what we've been through down here," is nuts.
Yeah.
Because Carl has also been through the same levels in the
Yeah.
same from the same city. I
That's
think he
true.
has a pretty almost exact idea of what they've been through.
Well, she had to choke out her daughter. Didn't
That's
have to,
right.
but did.
It
But
seems
did.
like it seems like she did it and didn't have to. So that's kind of on her.
Yeah.
Do you,
Carla.
do you think they're both good people? They just got a bad coach? Because it seems like their coach was telling them to just kill people. Like, I
Their
feel like if
coach-
they got Mordecai, they wouldn't have done that.
I agree. Because their coach said you have to go kill other crawlers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So yeah. I think that I don't know, good or bad, but I don't think they were evil.
Because that's what my thing with Frank is. I think he's that defeated because he went on that killing spree before he kind of saw the bigger picture. And now that
Yeah.
he's getting the bigger picture, he's like, what have I done?
Yeah. I like that. I can see that.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would make sense for the way he's
I bet-
acting in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I bet the mom tries to kill Carl and Donut at some point, and Frank kills her to like save Carl and Donut, and then joins up with Carl and Donut.
I think it's going to be a boss fight
Yeah.
that they both like. I think the stage is going to be set because it's going to be too big of a fight for it just like to happen without everybody tuning in to watch it. So
Yeah.
I think that the stage will be set. I don't know in what book, but it's going to be a big deal for a 2v2 matchup.
Yeah, they're gonna flex that to prime time. It's supposed
Without
to
a
be Thursday
doubt.
night, but
Yeah. But I also loved when Carl comes out. Well, at first he calls the Cuitin and he's like, "I just got to be on this show. Like I don't have to like."
because he
Kiss
tries to
butt,
leave the show in the
anything like
middle
that.
of it, he's just like, I'm out.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm out," and he's like, "I just have to be on it. That's it. I can do whatever I want once I'm out there." And she's like, "Yeah, that's
They
it.
paid
Just be on
the
the show."
appearance fee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
And
good
Carl
boy.
immediately is like, "They can't afford us. Like we're VIP for a reason." Oh my god. So do you think that the Maestro just didn't have the power to send Carl and Donuts to the scene they were watching? Like he just couldn't do it because they're too important? Or do you think he just couldn't do it, period?
I think
That's a
he could
good point.
definitely do it because he sent those other two in there.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
probably could have sent whoever, but it's probably one of those things where he only has limited amount what he's supposed to do. Like they're top tier,
Yeah.
and if he would have sent them in there, it would have been big doo doo for him.
It would have
Yeah,
cost someone a
especially if
lot
they
of
got
money
hurt.
if he
Yeah.
got them
Yeah.
killed. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
family.
Yeah,
Like-
it doesn't
Like if
seem
Patrick
like
Mahomes is playing preseason games all 4 quarters, somebody's getting in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
he doesn't
And
seem
it
like a
seems-
very important member of the family. It seems like it's like they gave him a little Twitch stream to like get him to shut up and leave them alone.
Yeah. But the family's crazy important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
insanely. They like founded part of the founders of the game,
That's
Allegedly.
yeah,
allegedly.
that's where we find out that it's more than just like the crawler game going on. There's also like
Yeah,
a faction war
yeah,
crossover event and certain levels it sounds like.
yeah, and even infighting between the main people. Some people support them and some people don't. If you support them, you got to wear a badge.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when Carl comes out, I do like these. Like, send me out there. Just send me. Oh, scared little boy. And my Carl knows how to deal with a bully.
Oh yeah.
I
And then
can't
He helps out
imagine
the guys.
I can't imagine a lot of crawlers go in there and are like willing to even say anything to a big scary orc in front of a army of teenage monsters.
Yeah,
I'd be
Let alone
terrified.
challenge him to a fight. He was like, "You're gonna be on level 9. I'll see you down there."
Pretty sick.
yeah. I feel like that might have been a dumb move. You don't think so? You think he's gonna whoop the maestro's ass?
Um, yes and no. I think their new pet plays a big role in it.
Mongo?
Yeah, Mongo.
I can
But
see that.
that's skipping a little far ahead.
No, I mean so at the end of the interview, he gives Carl shoes. That was a good one. He got him. He got him.
Yeah,
Pretty funny.
Can't wear the shoes. That was a good one.
but he didn't give him the satisfaction.
Yeah, he didn't give him the satisfaction. What did he? Oh, he only gave it to Carl. He didn't give donuts a gift.
We didn't
Yeah.
give Donut anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Carl was like, I'm not wearing these. They're going to get me killed.
yeah.
So,
Was I forget her name. The Brazilian girl. Was she on the show?
Lucia
No, right?
Mar.
Lucia Mar.
I don't think she
I don't think
was.
so. No. I, ca- I mean, she'll obviously show up later. But yeah, then they leave the show, and Zev is back.
And Frank and them, they got a gift too. They got a gift where they could see any
Oh,
crawler
yeah.
anywhere they were, no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's
Like-
nuts.
Well, wasn't it like a platinum level box or something like that? Like it was top tier
Yeah, obviously they're gonna hunt down Carl.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what happened with Frank. He got a good point. That man was broken.
I just
I
want
want him
them
to
to
get a hook.
explain it because they're going to do the whole you've no idea what we've been through. Then they'll explain it. Carl's going to be like, that sucks, man. That's crazy. Yeah.
You have been through some crap.
You
huh?
have been through a lot. I'm sorry that you picked up a pipe bomb and held it near your daughter. That's crazy. That would be my apology.
near your daughter.
I'm sorry you
Yeah.
held the lit pipe bomb near your daughter.
I want to know if there's more to the video than they're showing.
There's gotta be. They had it.
And
all
there
the
was
videos.
actually a reason that she had to choke her daughter out. Like the video was edited to make it look like it was Carl's fault, but like maybe something else happened.
I feel confident in that because it seems like they do that a lot with the videos and like change
Yeah.
them around to make people look bad.
Yeah. But then Zev comes back.
They found
I
that
don't-
she was innocent, calling the
was
field overturned.
Yeah, the rage elemental was already there
Mm-hmm.
before she warned them. But I like that she warned them because it gives us the insight that she's Team Carl. And
Team
she-
Donut for sure.
Yeah, because they were talking
She might be
Gossip
Team
Girl.
Carl by association.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are Team Donut first.
Come for Donut, stay for Carl because Carl's the
Yeah.
better character for sure.
Exactly.
Donut's pretty great though.
Yeah, Donut is my comedic relief in these books.
She just has the reaction of like a child in every situation. Where
Yeah,
like with the upcoming part where they fight the dingoes, she's very up and down on them the whole time.
yeah. And what's the boss in that one? Some good gerbil.
Yeah, the super gerbil. One of the
Yeah.
dingoes eats
I was
it.
getting lost during that battle. Like that whole like ban, I was kind of lost on what was going on. Like
think
I
it
was
was a-
tracking a little bit, but I was just like, I just want to get to the next thing.
It was
You
a
know.
dingo fighting ring. Some of them were in cages. Carl
What's a
fed
dingo
them.
fighting ring?
Like dogfight.
Is that
like
okay?
dogfighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With dingoes.
But then there's a gerbil that was the boss, and it was just like a super quick
Ralph.
gerbil.
The gerbil.
Ralph.
And he hates
Yes.
people. He thinks
Master
Yeah.
Splinter?
And his
the
mouth grows huge
yeah.
with razor sharp teeth.
The intro for the boss was like he thinks the Black Plague didn't kill enough people. He's trying to like triple that up. he's
Ralph
super
is a
gerbil.
psychopath.
Yeah, he's a crazy gerbil.
Yeah.
One of the
He killed
dingoes
that thing
eats
almost immediately,
Ralph,
right? Yeah.
like
There you go.
immediately, and then I mean, everyone saw this coming once the gerbil got swallowed that he was gonna kill that dingo from the inside.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Carl kills him once he stomp on him. Disgusting. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
With
Yeah.
his feet.
Yeah. And then they get a pet. Big decision. Huge. I think they made a good choice.
Yeah, it was between like that, a bug, or I don't know. They said it would be a fan favorite in the end. I don't even remember the name of it, so it's
Well,
not a favorite of this fan.
Ledette said they should have taken the meatball. The Mohawk meatball.
That's right, the Mohawk meatball.
Yeah, she was like, that's the best one. But she was like, you didn't take a bad pick, though. Mongo's just nuts.
Very
Carl
funny
wanted
that.
the flubber, right? He just wanted
Huh?
the green. He wanted the green goo, like the
Yeah.
flubber.
Yeah,
Mm.
the Mongo keep biting Donut on the nose is a
On the
very funny
nose.
bit. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good one. And Mongo's a velociraptor.
Yeah, I kind of bummed they revealed it. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be a dragon, and they were gonna like it was gonna be a big reveal at some point. But they were like, he just turns into a velociraptor at level 15.
I think it is a velociraptor right now. It's just a baby.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because
Oh.
they say it looks like a little chicken running around
Yeah.
on its two legs. So I just assumed it was a baby and it's going to grow up. I think it's going to be pretty freaking strong.
I assumed it was just gonna turn into a bigger velociraptor at that point, though. There was when they got it, I was like, this thing's gonna turn into a dragon at some point.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I think they got to keep everything small.
Well, I don't think
If you
I
get-
don't think all these levels are gonna be like hallway sized, like 8-foot ceilings. There's no
I don't
way.
think so either. No.
Yeah.
But I think for their little posse, it just makes sense to keep everything like human sized.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Like as an author, it's just probably easier. Otherwise, you got to be like, they're in a safe room, but remember the dragon's outside. 'Cause it doesn't
Well, you
fit.
can put it in a Pokeball. That's what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah, they do
they
get
have like they
Pokeballs.
just have a Pokeball for that stuff, which
Now,
I assume they're gonna get like sooner rather than later.
do you think this is going to be later in the books? I'm imagining things are going to get wacky. Do you think Mongo ever turns into a crawler? Or do you think Mongo will stay a pet the entire series?
I think he stays a pet and dies at some point.
Yeah,
He's
I
not on the
think they-
cover of any other of the other books. No spoilers, but
I haven't looked at the cover of any other books.
I see him all the time now on. It's like our Instagram feed.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him on the cover of anything, but I don't know. I feel like he'll at least get the ability to talk.
I don't know.
No.
They're gonna get one of those cool translator things where it's like a collar that translates it.
Oh, that's gonna be annoying because the little
Yeah.
chicken thing is already pretty annoying. It sounds
Mongo
annoying.
is so. I like that he just runs into he just like wants to fight.
Head
Yeah.
of steam.
Yeah,
The
but
funniest
they have to
part
like train it.
is gonna be when they let Mongo talk and Donut is like, we shouldn't let pets talk to Carl.
Yeah.
Carl's gonna be like, I agree, trust me. That's definitely gonna happen.
Dude, it's crunch time with Mongo. They have to train it or else it dies when they go to level 3.
Yeah, that was crazy. They're like, you
Yeah,
have to
they had
bond
no
with
time
it.
at all.
And what
Yeah.
did they have to do? They had to give it like, they had to train it. Oh no, they had to teach it how to kill. That's how they
Yeah.
got it to not be hostile to them.
Yep.
And then they had to
Then-
train it to not attack everything on sight shortly after teaching it how to attack in the first
How to
place.
attack on sight.
Yeah, I think to make it bond, like they had to save its life or something like that, because they made it not aggressive, but it wasn't bonded yet, and then it was like
Yeah.
getting beat up and Princess Donut went in and sliced somebody's head off. Lull in the action there.
A little
But
bit.
but right after
I
they
think
bonded, they went to the safe room or whatever, and Agatha showed up.
Oh, the
yeah,
Agatha part is crazy.
We were
yeah,
pretty spot on
we were
about
pretty
that.
spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I nailed it.
she's
You're
a.
right.
I, I don't know if she's a real person,
I think
like, or a real
she's.
thing, or a glitch.
She's a parasite that took over a human body for sure.
Yeah,
I think she's an undercover spy.
Yeah, for the Valerie Corp or whatever.
I don't know who the Valerie Corp is.
Like that's the stuff, those items that he saw in his inventory or whatever that were
Yeah,
produced.
that's just the name
Like
of who made those. It's just another corporation.
it's the government that was like coming to seize Borant or whatever like that, and that's why they started the game early
yeah,
to get it
yeah,
going. 'Cause they were talking to Audette about it, and she was like, "How did you know that name?" And
yep,
she said they're like
Right.
an aqua like parasite company or something like that. They take the form of other people. They want
that's
fish,
right.
but they've done humans. So they definitely sent one down there to take over Agatha, who was just a homeless lady.
Yep. Damn, that makes a lot of sense.
That does make a lot of sense.
That is what it is for sure. That doesn't
I
just make
assume
sense. That's
she's trying to disrupt the game so that that company can like acquire Borit then.
yeah,
For sure, because like Carl was starting to put the pieces together once he saw that. When she came in, he was like, "Can I fix your like cart?" And she was like, "Don't touch it."
Yeah.
Like I think she knows because what was it? Zev was in their earpiece, being like, "Are you guys okay?" The stream cut out for a minute there, and it was
yeah.
just when Agatha came in.
So
Yeah.
far she's cut the stream and she wasn't on the streaming of that boss fight. So
Mhm.
yeah, she's a mole. She's a spy.
100%. Yeah, they're trying to keep her hidden.
Yeah. Speaking of like the feed getting cut out, I'm trying to remember when Zev first shows up and is talking to Donuts about Gossip Girl, Mordecai and Carl step to the side because he's able to talk to Carl like no cameras on in this moment. Let me tell you as
No
much as I can.
filter.
What do they talk about?
Um, Good question.
I'm drawing
They
such
talked
a blank.
about so many things, so many
Yeah,
super important things.
Yeah.
they talk about important
So many
things in that moment.
unforgettably important things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Unforgettably important. Shouldn't even touch on what they talked about. Let's just keep it
I think
moved.
they were talking about Zev. I think that's what it was. He was like,
Yeah,
"Who is she? Like, why should we be so scared?" I know they were talking about that for a little bit.
yeah.
Um,
Is that
they
when
talked
he explains
about,
the badges and stuff to him
Yeah,
as
I think
well?
that might
yeah.
be it. I
I
think that
think
might be it.
so.
Did they talk
Okay.
about Audette at all? Because I know they talked about her. I think he said something about Audette.
I don't think it was in that moment. Because that didn't have to be without the camera. He just says he doesn't like Audette.
Yeah, he was like, my mentor, I hate her. But it's going to be because
Yeah,
Audette gave them some advice that got his brother killed.
Yeah,
yeah.
Absolutely.
which was a crazy. Like I mean, we were kind of expecting that, but that was a hard, just mic drop, and then they went right past it.
Yeah, I think Audette really does want to help Mordecai and all of them. I'm surprised Mordecai didn't mention in that moment that like he needs Carl and Donut to go pretty far. Otherwise, he's trapped.
It seems like Mordecai knows what he's doing. So,
Yeah,
like, if he wasn't giving them that information, he probably thinks it's for the best.
yeah, I can see
I
that.
trust him way more than I trust Audette. Mordecai. Because
Yeah,
Audette just wants to keep them alive so she has viewers. She doesn't care about them. She could, if both their legs got cut off, she'd be like, well, guess
But
we'll watch
okay,
somebody else.
the split side of that is I trust Audette.
because
I
she wants
trust Audette
Mordecai to succeed.
because she told Carl and Donuts up front. She was like, "I do this because I want money,
Mhm.
buddy." Like it wasn't like she lied. She was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to help you guys." And like off to the side, Carl's like, "Yeah, because you want money." She was like, "I do this for the money, just so you're aware." So at least Carl knows I trust her to an extent.
Yeah, I don't trust her more than Mordecai, though. Not even a
Money,
little bit.
please.
What if they offered Mordecai's brother back under the table? They're
Well,
very
then,
powerful
yeah,
beings.
but he'd probably be giving them, for what? To give them bad advice? He's a guild master, and all he's done is give them like pretty solid advice so far.
Yeah, no, I trust Mordecai. I'm just trying to think of what if scenarios.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I trust Mordecai more than I trust Audette. I think that she is gonna do some scummy stuff.
I think they're all on the same team. I don't think any of them are gonna betray each other. But
I don't
that's
trust
just
her.
being naive.
Yeah, someone's gotta betray. At some point, there's 17 books.
Yeah, maybe the people from the retirement home, because they're gonna be in the books.
I can't imagine they're gonna be in the books much longer.
Well, all the old people are gone.
Yeah.
Did they
Oh,
go
yeah,
down?
okay, that makes sense. The other people,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Brian,
other
not
young people.
Brian.
Yeah, I forget
I
their
don't
name.
remember
Marcus.
the names. No.
Bad with names. Oh,
I don't remember
bad
their
with names.
Brandon.
I know Carl. He's on Brandon.
Brandon's
Yeah,
one of them.
nice.
Carl.
I know Carl and Donuts.
Yeah.
But then after all the Mongo stuff, they go to meet with Odette again. They do another show, and
We
she
just
just
kind of
tells,
at the end of the show.
yeah, it's just the end. And at the end of the show, she mentions that part where it's like you're gonna have a choice to pick a class that's gonna make a certain someone very mad, and I don't know what that means.
This
Who-
case, I don't know who they're talking about. When Maestro, when they were like, it's secret guests, I was like, that's easy. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Who could be mad about a class you're gonna pick? It could only be the Maestro, but he's not a big enough person for me to like care
Yeah.
if he's mad.
They're not going to try and make him a piglet, do you think?
No,
Or an
I don't
orc
think
or whatever.
Carl and Donuts aren't changing anything. The only thing I could see is they change to another race that's extremely similar to a human or a cat, but like with a small twist.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Like something dumb, like maybe there's a race of cats that have thumbs, Donuts, and Donuts like, "Oh my god, I get to stay a cat, but now I have thumbs." Like
Yeah.
something small like that I could see happening.
Because Audette told them you should try and look for something that enhances like your map abilities, so you can find the stairs faster.
Smart.
Could be something like that, like just another type of human for
Yeah.
Carl or another type of cat for Donut, so that they kind of I could see that.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. So that way they don't need to change too much, but they get a little something something.
That's why I was
So
thinking when they were talking about changing the race in the class, I was like, maybe there's a stealth one that gets you
Mhm.
away from whatever Frank and Maggie, that potion that they got, or something like that, would make them mad, but I don't think Audette really cares about them. So I don't think
yeah,
she would even bring it up.
I don't think Carl cares either, because Donut was like super worried. Like, should we run? And Carl's like, I mean, they're gonna show up at some point. We're gonna have to fight. Like, if they want it to be now, we'll drop the gloves.
yep,
He's about it, for sure.
He basically said, pull up.
yeah. God, that's all. That's gonna be a fun scene when we get to it. I hope it's soon. So, any theories for the next book? I think that counts as a theory. I think that personally, I think they're gonna pick a class very similar to cat and human. I don't think they're going to level 9 yet. I think it's gonna be like a couple of floors a book.
Yeah.
I bet they reach like, because it seemed like every 3 levels, something weird is going on. Because they said
Yeah.
3, 6, 9, etc. are all generated outside of the actual game. So I bet you they make it to like 6 next time, then 9.
Here's where I think book 2 ends: is they get a deal. They get their first deal to get out of the game.
That makes a lot of sense. I think
Like, hey,
yeah.
you're gonna make it pretty far, and if you stop playing for this, and I see that happening. That or Miss Beatrice pulls up.
I kind of think there's not going to be an end to this game. Like, nobody's going to win, and they're not going to be offered any kind of like thing to quit, like no deals or anything. I don't think they're going to get to that point. I think there's going to be some sort of war that outbreaks and the whole game is canceled, or the dungeon will just disappear, because you got a couple signs of that where he's like it was like right as the thing was outside, and he was like, the whole dungeon's groaning right now and shaking, and they keep looking up at the ceiling, and they're like, something's up with the ceiling right now, like the ceiling's cracking.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's why they're speeding up each level because it can't it's not like
not gonna last
structurally
much longer.
sound. So they're like, yeah, we have to have this as fast as possible so it doesn't kill all the crawlers.
I think it's gonna be very Hunger Games esque. Sorry,
And
Joe,
that's
'cause you
where
haven't
that
seen
theory
it.
came from.
Yeah, really?
The second Hunger Games, when she blows up the bubble or whatever, and then they
Oh,
get kidnapped out of there.
I'm thinking more book 3 of the Hunger Games, where they're out of the Hunger Games and they're in the
In
real
the
world,
Hunger
but it's
Games.
still structured as the Hunger Games, just
Yeah.
in the real world. Like they're still throwing traps at them. Like it's still being televised. I think it's gonna be that. Like they're
I
not in the
think that
game, but it's still the
I
game.
I think that happens, but I think they get out of the dungeon and then one of these governments or factions or whatever like recruit Carl and Donut to their team to kind of like help use them against the other governments and factions and stuff like that. Like they
I like
escape
that.
out of there.
Yeah, I
And
I
don't
then
like
like
think
that.
they're gonna finish
CMR
the
will go
game.
to a different
Yeah,
one,
no.
a different faction. Like these popular characters will go to different factions.
Yeah. I like that. That's a
Yeah,
good theory. Miss Beatrice definitely alive.
Gotta be.
Ferdinand definitely alive.
Do you think
Uh,
Ferdinand's a cat?
yeah.
yeah, it has to be.
I feel
I
Doesn't
kind of want
pretty.
it
have
to
to
be
be. I don't know.
kind of want it to be a jungle cat, like a jaguar or something.
What if it's what if it was a cat and it chose a different race just to throw things off?
That's gonna
That'd
be
be brutal.
funny.
That'll be funny.
Yeah. I wonder. I don't know how they're gonna bring Beatrice into the thing at all. I have
I think
no
she's gonna be
clue.
quick. Personally, I think she comes in. We hate her because she's just gonna be the worst, and I think Donut just has to pick between the two, and that's the end of Miss Beatrice. Like, I think she's gonna be like one book in
You
and
think
out.
she's gonna get squished at the end?
I think she's gonna die.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely, yeah.
I
So
think death by squish. I don't know how, but something's gonna splat.
something's gonna splatter.
And she's gonna get splatted for sure.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
good theory.
Yeah.
Just
Well, it just
because.
happens to a lot of people.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Everybody getting
I-
splatted.
Everybody gets splatted.
I like that. I think out of the characters we know, I think Mordecai is gonna die because I have to pick somebody to die naturally. I think Mordecai's gone and it's gonna be sad, big sad.
Mm.
He's
That's
gonna be
fair,
so
I
close
think.
to freedom.
He's
and I think
very
he's gonna die.
I don't know if I said this on a prior one or not, but like every cop movie, there's always one cop where they're like, the guy's like, "It's my last day on the force," and you're like, "Damn it, he's dead."
You're like, no,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They're
Well,
gonna be
that's
like so close to like the last level that they need for Mordecai to be free. That's
and
what's gonna
Mordecai's
happen.
gonna be like,
No.
"Dude, I'm so close. I'm gonna be free," and then boom. Either
Yeah.
that, or he's gonna get free, and Mordecai's gonna start pulling like guns out from behind the counter, and he's like, "Now I'm going after the syndicate or something."
You,
Like,
you know what it's gonna be that's gonna hurt is they're gonna call it out right before. Like Carl's either gonna go to Mordecai and be like, "Hey, we're close, man. Like we're about to be at that
we
level."
got you.
Like reminding the reader
Mhm.
of, "Hey, Mordecai's about to be free." It's like, dang it.
Damn, he's
If they
dead,
just
huh?
didn't remind us, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, his death's gonna be tough, probably. I assume everyone we get introduced to is gonna die. Way less
Yeah,
old
I
people died than I expected.
Yeah, that's true. They had a good contraption, that little train car.
Yeah, pretty
It's smart.
resourceful for.
Very resourceful.
Yeah,
Should we rate it?
We
let's
can rate it.
I'm just excited because I like the book.
Yeah, I definitely want to read another one.
Yeah. Who who wants to start us off? I'll start us off.
You start us off.
4.6.
Nice.
I was between a 4.6 and a 4.5, but 4.5 seemed like a cop out because for rounding purposes. But I'm gonna go 4.6. It was just a great book. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Like after every podcast, I went and just read because I was like, I don't want to not read it. Like I'm excited to read it. I always like fun, easy reads. Like I'm grading the 4.6 on a different scale, of course, than I'm grading like the Will of the Many esque books, like books you really need to focus on. So like this is a different scale, but I give it a 4.6. I'd recommend it to somebody that just wants to read something for fun and laugh, enjoy it. I felt like the stakes were actually decently high too. I was kind of like, I was intrigued by some of the boss fights. I was like, this is intense. So yeah, I liked it. I plan on reading the rest of the series because of this one book.
100%. I agree.
So
Yeah, with
four
all
six.
of that.
The one thing I want more of that I'm sure we'll get because I'm a sucker for emotional scenes is like little emotional scene here and there of like oh this is big time. We got like one part of it where like Donuts would say something to Carl where it's like kind of like you, Carl. Something
They
like
like
that.
teased it a couple of times. Like Donut gets hurt, and Carl's like, I can't give her a health potion yet, and then her like health starts to climb up, and she's like, I'm
Yeah,
dying, Carl, and you're like, we're flirting with the idea of an emotional scene here.
exactly. And I think we're gonna get it. It might not be
Yeah,
with Carl and Donut, but it'll be with somebody. Maybe with Frank, Q, and the girl when we find out what happened with the daughter. That might be emotional. Might be
I
like,
think it
yo, what
might
the
be.
heck? So yeah, 4-6, strong book, fantastic book. Shout out to Ramble for
Yeah, great
suggesting
rack.
this because really, really fun.
I'll go next. I went with a 4.5 because going up to a 4.6 when it's a 4.5 just seems like a cop out to me. So,
What?
well,
So is it a four?
listen. You were just talking stuff about my answer, so I had to, or my rating, so I had to
Oh
formulate
my
something.
god.
Yeah. So that seems
So
like a cop. So I went 4.5.
if you went on Goodreads, you can only give it 4 stars or 5 stars. So
Okay.
what would you give it?
Hmm. That's a good
That's
question. That's a good
the
question.
rub of the 4.5.
You gotta round up. At point .5, you round up.
That's
Those are
technically
the
true. Okay.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But
Those are the
4.5.
rules as
Good. Good
I've come
score.
to understand them.
Sorry to
Um,
interrupt your rating.
yeah, I mean, I just thought it was fun. I'm a video games guy, so this book being like based on a video games is pretty exciting. I think it's like a fun read. It's very clearly written in like 2020. Some of the things
Hmm.
they say and the references they make, so it's like a modern thing. You shouldn't be missing like a lot of the references, which makes it easy. Yeah, it's fun. It's silly.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read more about it. I can't believe this guy's put out 8 books in 5 years or whatever it is, actually.
I was just about to say that.
It just
That
makes me
I also
think
give it
that
points.
he has a pretty good story mapped out if you can just write that
Yeah.
much of it already. It
7
makes
books,
me have
5 years.
faith that he has like an ending in mind.
Yeah.
So, I would recommend this book to most people. It's
Mm.
so good.
Yeah. Good score.
I can't wait to
Travis?
read the second one.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 4 flat,
Okay.
4.0.
Well,
I
this
liked
sucks.
it. Why? A 4 is still a great
A
book.
4 is a great score. A 4 is a great score.
Vic's
I
just
agree.
mad that we used a 0 and a .5 instead of putting like a
Well,
random number after the score.
No, I
I would.
respect the 4. You have to go. I go based off Goodreads. But sorry, go
You
ahead, Travis.
yelled at me for giving a book a 4 one book ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because it's you.
Well, I
I
was
love
stuck between
Travis.
a.
Oh my
I was
god.
stuck between a 3.9 and a 4.1, so that's why I went with 4. 3.9 just felt very disrespectful for the book,
Okay.
and I just didn't want to give a 4.1 just because it felt like I was giving it more than what I actually felt, in the moment.
It's
On
fair.
Goodreads, I gave it a 4, like on my Goodreads. So
Okay.
I I just want more stakes. Like it just felt like there were some times where the book was pretty repetitive, and that kind of brought it down for me. Where it's like, okay, they're just fighting a boss, they're gonna win it, then they're gonna beat these like there was just a lot of stuff that I felt like I was just skimming through to get to the more important stuff. But it was still very fun, and it like replicates almost, I guess, Hunger Games, which is one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
But there was just times I wanted more from it. And I know you were saying you're kind of separating it from like Will of the Many and stuff, but I do love books like that are pretty high stakes,
Yeah.
and this one was more fun.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah. I feel like I just have to separate it because they're too different. Like I'm reading. I
yes,
don't.
it's not the
I'm not
same
like
class.
locked into reading this. I'm not like focused on every single word. I'm more of like, all right,
Yeah.
let's read, let's have fun. Those books, I'm like, let me see what's about to happen. But I will say, in future books, I think that they've set the stakes for political drama and like
Yeah.
higher stakes outside of the game. I
Mhm.
think it's being set up that later
Yes.
they're gonna be like, oh crap. Like when
Like
they get to level 9 and Carl has to figure out if he's gonna help Donuts fight against that family or just do his own thing. I don't know. I think that the stakes are gonna be there.
I agree. I think like this book standalone, very good. This series has the potential to be great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
agree.
agree.
This book definitely did a lot of setting up, and it also kind of this book is more of like a window into the rest of the series being way crazier because the
Mhm.
monsters they're fighting and like the bosses they have to survive, stuff like that have not been that high stakes just yet. um like it sounds like there's going to be some pretty crazy ones coming up,
Yeah,
so it's going to get a lot worse.
100%
my
agree.
in my head, it almost feels like a TV show compared to like The Will of the Many, which is like a movie. Like we finished season one of a TV show, and it's like season one was good, but it's leaving a lot to be desired.
I like that. I
You know,
like that. This would be a great TV show. Um,
in
it
anime,
reminds me a lot of Ready Player One too,
yeah,
but Ready Player One is like that's a
it's a
5-star
top
read
tier
for me.
book.
Yeah, that's a top tier one. I love that book.
I was thinking about that after the Tudor ramble. I definitely should have gone there with when they asked a book. I just blanked. It's easy to forget because it's just kind of like a one book.
Yeah,
You know,
there's the second one. It's not as
yeah, isn't
good.
the second
There's
one
the
pretty
second.
bad?
Uh, it's
We don't
good.
have
I
to
just
talk about it here, but
we don't have to
yeah.
talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. But yeah, our score is four. We gave it a 4.4 as a group.
Nice.
It's a pretty good rating.
It's pretty solid. Checks all
Yeah,
the
it's no
boxes too. It's not a 5 or
yeah,
a 0 in the second number for
it's
you.
no love hypothesis, but it's good.
How long do you think Adam would last in this
He'd win it.
dungeon?
He'd win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'd be such a heartthrob to win the whole
yeah.
freaking thing.
These bosses would show up and be like, "Holy cow, his hands are massive. We're
Yeah.
out of here."
Look at how
We're good. We're
tall
not
he
gonna
is.
fight.
Oh my god.
Do you see how tall he is?
That's hilarious.
Does he have a 14 pack? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Didn't know they made humans like this. Cool. Well, we finished another one.
We finished another one. We don't have our next book picked out yet,
We
but
do not, but
at
we
some
will,
point we
because
will.
that's what we do.
Next week probably no episode. I'm gonna venture out to say
Yeah, no episode.
probably no episode next week. We got stuff
We'll
to
be
do.
pretty busy. We will be pretty busy. So,
Get off our back. We
Yeah,
deserve a
get
vacation.
over it.
yeah, week after that, maybe a fun one.
Well, yeah, we'll probably do a fun one after we get back, and then
Yeah.
we'll announce our next book eventually. So stay tuned.
See you, crawlers.
Glurp glurp.
Yuck.